Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Continue, inshallah, cover some points related to following the janazah. It is recommended to raise voices when following a janazah or have instruments that produce drums. Actually, that produce sound, like drums and so on. Like, this is very common practice for, this is a disrecommended practice. It's the Prophet ﷺ disrecommended such a practice. The janazah is time to remember death and to think about death and think that everybody is equal. No matter who it is, all the people are equal. They are ending up with three, wrapped in three white sheets, and that's it. So and raising voice also. We should have respect for the janazah. Don't raise your voices when you are following the janazah, going to the grave and so on. Voices has to be low. And this is the second point. Actually, there's other points, but this second point that we mentioned, other than who you can, we mentioned in terms of following the janazah, that you can attend the janazah of.
It's a very good point.
Yeah, non-Muslim relatives and so on. Points related to salatul-janazah. The ghusl of the deceased is a precondition to salatul-janazah. The ghusl, he has to be washed for you to pray on him. If he is not washed, you cannot pray on him. You cannot do salatul-janazah if the body is not washed. Salatul-janazah is disrecommended before takfeen. So it is recommended to do after the takfeen, after the ghusl and the takfeen is done, right? If someone died, so this gives an example. If somebody died under a building, for example, and it was not possible to extract the body to wash it, then you don't pray salatul-janazah. You just make dua for him, but you cannot pray salatul-janazah on somebody that is not washed. It's a precondition for salatul-janazah. In salatul-janazah, all the musallis have to be behind the body of the deceased, so you cannot be in front of the body or beside the body. When you pray the janazah, you bring the body inside the masjid. You have to be, the lines are behind the body. You cannot have the lines in front of the body, for example, of the deceased. If sometimes in very big janazahs, like in Egypt, for example, for big scholars and so on, you have lines inside and outside the masjid. So sometimes they don't see where's the imam exactly and where's the body. So the lines have to be behind the janazah. It's better to pray janazah in the masjid. It's better to pray janazah in the masjid. So it's allowed otherwise. It's allowed outside the masjid, but it's better to pray it in the masjid. It is sunnah to make the lines 3 or more. Even if you have few musallis, if you have 6 musallis, make 3 lines.
Our numbers.
Yeah, 3 lines especially, because it's the hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever had 3 lines praying on him, the Jannah he's one of the people of Jannah. So you want to get this reward. So if there is a janazah, then try to make the lines at least 3. Whoever prays 3 lines or more, then he is amongst the people of Jannah. Or actually, فقد وجبت. He says وجبت أي حصلت له المغفرة. He doesn't say that. It's basically he's forgiven. He's forgiven. Whoever has 3 lines or more praying behind him is forgiven. And in the other hadith by Imam Muslim, he says that if 100 people pray on the deceased, 100 or more, then they are all interceding for him. They are all interceding for him on the day of judgment. So may Allah make us amongst the people of Jannah and forgive our sins.
Ameen.